On program.
So Osha finally brings up Yord and Jackie, and Qimir goes on to explain that he kills those who threaten his existence.
I mean, so man was basically saying this is self-defense.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
sure.
They won't let me have my fascism. Stop.
So
I
Qimir
want
questions
it.
Osha, um, urging her to give in to these feelings.
Do it.
You guys liking it? Y'all rocking with that scene?
Yeah, I mean, it was very very interesting. What do you guys think of the manipulation there? His sort of Darth Plagueis the Wise tale, his little dance. Eric, what do you think of his particular manipulation tactics vis-a-vis Palpatine?
I don't think it's manipulation at all. I think he's speaking truth to his perspective. He's just giving it to her real. And she can choose to accept it and open herself up to it, or she can choose not to. And he basically gave her that choice when he told her how to get off the planet. Then he, gives her his weapon. So, um, he does he want an apprentice, an acolyte? Sure, he's already said that out loud. We already know that to be the case. But if anyone's being true to their character and being upfront and honest and direct, I think it's him. So, and this is what I mean, where the whole idea of the Jedi and the Sith kind of the books begin to flip a little bit, and you kind of begin to kind of waver. Well, at least I did. You begin to waver a little bit about all the you know the dogmatic narrative view of the Jedi, and the kind of more of
Mm-hmm.
the straight to the point and realism that the Sith bring to the conversation. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying he's not evil. I'm just saying that he's not the one who's manipulating people here.
I don't know. I'm interested by
Hmm.
that. I'm interested by that point. I thought it was really hard to watch, and yeah, I did notice also the opportunities Osha had to get off the planet, but
Mm.
I thought it was pretty freaky.
No, like the thing I'm saying is, Eric, I agree that he is definitely not laying it on as thick as he probably did with
Hmm.
May, right? And there's a lot. The kernel of truth in his argument is a lot bigger than it was for Sidious, right? Like he's not overtly lying to her. There's a lot more truth behind the deception, but it is. I think it's very much he's being manipulative. I mean, it's like,
Me too.
you know, he's walking out there showing his body, like doing his thing, manipulating her with that side, manipulating her with the desire angle, manipulating her with, yeah, you can leave, but don't you want to know about this mask? Do you want to know what I got going on here? Like, are you sure you can trust your master? Do you really, sort of like Garden of Eden, sort
Yeah.
of serpent type stuff. Like he's not like overtly lying to her, but it is very much like he's withholding a lot of truths, right? Like a manipulation of, what's going to happen is, like the dark side has a lot of other stuff with it too, right? Like he's not telling
Can
her about
can
the
she
side
can she
effects.
trust her former master though?
No, but that
Apparently,
but that's just it, right? Like
Soul's got
okay,
a whole bunch of things he needs to confess.
and we don't know what's on his ledger, right? There's 100% truth to that, but my thing is like, put yourself in a position of someone manipulating a kid with, saying like, well, your parent was abusive to you, or your dad's not telling the truth on this, your dad's not got something wrong, like, just because there's truth in that, maybe they're beefing, maybe they got an issue going on right now, or the dad was mean today, or isn't letting this kid do whatever X, Y, or Z. That doesn't mean that the like there's truth in what he's saying potentially, but that doesn't mean that there's not a whole bunch of baggage that's going to come along with it, and he's leading him to a dark spot. And that's in my
Yeah.
mind that's still very manipulative. But
Yeah. Well, maybe he's I think in some cases the fandom has been conditioned, and maybe a true Sith, one with the yellow eyes, maybe yeah they do that. They do that. You saw it with Sidious, you saw it with Maul, you saw it with Palpatine. But a dark Jedi like Balin Skull, you didn't see it. He was more truth to power as well, even though he's embracing some of the not so refined sides of things. But I don't know. I'm just not giving into the conditioning of what we've seen all before, and just I'm holding out hope that there's something more deep with him.
Michael can take a drink, Michael B, because I'm about to say that Eric is a heterodox thinker. So I'm happy to
I don't even know
get
what that
Michael's
means.
get Michael's
I gotta Google. I
libations
gotta
going
Google
there.
that now. Hold on a second.
No, thinking outside the box, man. He's bringing fresh perspectives. He sees through the lies of the Jedi. I didn't have that button.
I mean,
Taylor, you raised your hand, please.
yeah, one of the things that stuck out to me, and I was kind of on the fence too, because he was so chill about it. And I mean, honestly, I feel like that is strategy, but he was so sort of blasé, I think that's how you say that, I don't even know, about the way he was going about providing this information as if he didn't care. But when he said, why do you essentially give all of yourself to these people who can never fully give themselves to you? Like they can't fully appreciate your love or your devotion, your loyalty, whatever it is. I thought that was sort of what made me make an instant connection, because it's very isolationist. He's saying, hey, these people can't give this to you. I can give this to you. And that's
Yes,
what sort of like
yes.
triggered in my mind. And I'm
Bestie,
like,
they're not good enough for you. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw the red flags swinging. And what I was thinking earlier was about OSHA's motivations, or what are her desires as a character, because we saw her fascination with the Jedi and how obsessed she became with that idea, and how she was, ready to say goodbye to her entire family. It's a funny
That's
comment.
mean. Reva's taking a shot. She said Eric putting on
I
his
mean,
glasses so he can
well,
Google heterodox. That's he's catching strays out here. That's rough.
You know it.
See, I keep mine on all the time, 24/7 Google ready. You never catch me lacking. Got my iPad. All right, sorry, Andy. Continue, please.
same. But OSHA is looking for, I feel like, a place to belong because she feels different. And the Jedi called to her in that way. And whatever happened, exactly how, we're not sure on why that didn't work out for her, or I'm not sure how that didn't work out for her. Now she seems to be introduced to this third option with Qimir. And yeah, I think she's in a super vulnerable place right now. And he's definitely not got her best intentions at heart. So I saw a lot of manipulation there. And
It's almost like, to me, it's like when you look at Soul and Qimir, again, I could be made to look like an idiot next week when we see Soul just butcher every one of these witches. Who knows, right? But my thought is, it's a situation where you got Qimir, who is slick and smooth, really good at lying, really good at talking. He's all locked in on the dark side, right? And then you got Soul, who's a way worse liar, right? He's not used to swimming in this lane. He's not in this headspace. So while he may appear way less genuine, way more frazzled, I think it's just because this isn't his bag, like he's used to just being sincere. And again, could be totally wrong on that, but that's just the way I'm reading it presently. Mikey D, what were you gonna say? Loop us in.
Uh, so I wanted to comment on the whole manipulation truth thing, because I really do think, I think Reva said it in the comments as well, that I feel that it's definitely both. It's a little bit of trying to manipulate the situation as well as telling the truth that Kanye believes. And you can see it from the start of when they're on that island. He's kind of making himself less powerful to her, trying to seem smaller, trying to put power into her hands, and that kind of allows her to be more open. If immediately there's tension there, then she's going to be on guard and not being as willing to hear what's happening. So I think is manipulate the situation to, lessen kind of, his control of the situation, and then allowing her feeling less panicked or worried about the situation to then push his messages onto her.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
100%.
you
He's
gotta put him,
giving
you gotta put him off
space.
guard first.
Yeah.
But
Yep, he's
isn't that what
massaging.
isn't that what a teacher or a mentor or a master does?
Sure. Yeah, I can definitely see that being part of it as well.
I yeah, yeah. But I
I
mean,
think the
I don't
intention
know.
is important.
Yeah.
If the intention is to teach, I think intention matters.
Trying to manipulate. Hey, we'll see we'll see how it goes. You could be right. I mean, I think it would be a big twist, and the naysayers of the show would definitely have a lot more to say. If it turns out that the Sith is not only an antagonist, but like the good guy in the show, or like is just like being an honest broker, and he's just like, it's really great if you take the time and just kill all the Jedi. Like, all we really want is freedom, man. Like, it's just not. I'm just. Everybody's out here harshing my mellow, like I just want to be vibing out here, I don't get what everybody's all in a tizzy about.
He says that he doesn't need Osha to trust him. He needs her to trust herself more. Yeah. He's being
It's not about
super
me. It's not about
well-intended
me.
there.
It's about you.
Yeah.
It's about you. Do whatever you want.
You know what you want to do.
You know what you want. Don't let those fuddy-duddy Jedi slow you down. That pesky little conscience. Come on. Eat the soup.
Qimir explains what cortosis is.
But yeah, and then Reba says, I think it's telling that Qimir never revealed his identity to May in however many years, but's out here getting naked and giving personal backstory to Osha right away. And hey, different methods, right? You know your audience, I guess. Yeah. Travis also wants to know what was in the pot, and I agree. I can't wait for the Galaxy's Edge Cookbook Volume 2, where it just says, Sith stew. And then Dylan says Soul's also giving off red flags, and to Eric's point, yes, there are definitely some red flags flying around on both sides of the fence here. There's no doubt about it.